Hello boys and girls, today I'm gonna expose the real reason why the school merchant sucks. You might think it's because of her terrible mori or her bad chase music, which is correct. The person who made this mori should shove it back inside of his butt, because this mori is fucking horrible and so is her chase music. But that's not the reason for why this killer actually sucks. The real reason why this killer sucks is that she is thick, but not thick enough. Let me show you an example. So this is my house cleaner Mia Khalifa, and this is my ex-husband John Cena. Can you notice any difference between them? That's right. Mia Khalifa is hella thick, but John Cena is even thicker. The moral of the story is that developers could have done a better job at thickening the butt of the new killer. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Okay, let's talk about the real reason why people hate this new killer and how developers could improve this killer, because at the moment this new killer is an absolute disaster if you asked me. But before that, if you want me to come on your mom's titties, then don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. First of all, I have to mention that if you like this killer, there's nothing wrong about it. In fact, I really admire people who tend to like this killer because it is a universally hated killer, and if you manage to still love the power of this killer, then you will absolutely love this killer once she gets buffed. I'm saying this because on my last video I got some comments like, I love this killer, but please don't shame me. Bro, it's okay to like this killer. In fact, I'm proud of you that you like this killer when everybody else hates this killer. You are gonna absolutely love this killer soon, because it's almost confirmed that this killer will get buffed, you know what I mean? But it doesn't change the fact that the majority of DBD player base hates this killer, me included, and I see a bunch of weaknesses in this killer. Just like I mentioned in my last video, I started playing this killer with a positive mindset, because the trailer for this chapter absolutely surprised me in a good way, and then I was confused. This killer was extremely difficult to start playing, and you know, it's not beginner friendly at all, so I gave this killer a shot and I tried to learn how to play this killer, and once I started to understand how her power works, I left absolutely disappointed. So let's talk about why I think that this killer is actually very weak, and why I think that this killer needs big buffs before it goes live on Dead by Daylight. So other than being a simple 4.6 speed M1 killer, this killer has a power to place drones. To be exact, at the moment, this killer has 4 drones to place. I like that placing a drone won't slow you down in any way. Also, if you place a drone somewhere and if you are unhappy with the position of the drone, you can recall the drone and place it anywhere else. But you see, other than being a typical M1 killer, drones are everything you have. That's your power, that's everything. And you can't place more than 4 drones at a time. The area of effect is incredibly small, and also survivors need to be in the area for a while to get exposed. Also, if the survivor is on the other side of the map, and if that survivor gets exposed, you get no benefit from that survivor being exposed. Yeah, you will see that that survivor is on the other side of the map, but this killer has absolutely zero mobility, and if the survivor is within the range of a drone for a while, if that survivor is far away from the killer, the drones won't do shit. It would be cool if the drones could damage a survivor who stays in that zone for a while, and you know, it would be beneficial, but they won't do shit. You know, you need to go there by yourself and hit that survivor. A good thing about drones is that they will show if the survivors are around, so basically if you are the school merchant, you will know where survivors are most of the time, but it's also extremely easy to avoid those drones, and I think you really need to be in that zone for a while to get exposed. I think developers should just make it quick quicker to get exposed, you know, they should make it more dangerous. Probably the most annoying thing to me is that it is impossible to place drones next to each other, and I understand why it is that way. If I could place multiple drones next to each other, it would almost be guaranteed that the survivor that I'm chasing gets exposed, but I think it would lead to a more interesting gameplay, and this killer would be much more dangerous and much more scary, which I think that Dead by Daylight killers really need to have that scare factor, you know what I mean? To summarize what I'm saying, I think you should be allowed to place drones next to each other and make this giant area or of effect. That would be amazing, but the problem occurs if there are 3 generators left, and then you can easily place all of your drones next to each other, and if those generators are close to each other, then you basically win the game without even trying, and it's unfair. I think at that point you shouldn't be able to place your drones anymore, but it actually weakens the killer, and I don't know how to fix this problem. I think developers have dug a grave for this killer already, and you know, you can comment your ways of fixing this problem, but at the moment this killer is pretty disappointing. If not her drones, which are pretty useless most of the time, because most of the time whenever a survivor is in the range of the drone, you can't do shit because you are on the other side of the map. This killer is an M1 killer basically. It's like a trapper without traps, that's my opinion. But if you still like this killer and if you believe that this killer is strong, don't stop believing, because I think you deserve some love, because while everybody else hates this killer, you still manage to think that this killer is good, and maybe it is good. Maybe right now this killer is just underappreciated. We will see how developers respond to our complaints pretty soon, and if you want to see more Dead by Daylight videos, please subscribe to this channel. I seriously appreciate it, and I'll see you later. Ciao.